There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Green Bay Packers. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jameis to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Trying to get it to Clay that time.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's the big man Dillon with it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Off the play fake. Love. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Single. Green,
Here's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
23 yards, the final tally.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
2nd and 4. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now a give right side. It's Taylor, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's bring it. Kill. Check. Lucky. Slam.
Get it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Set. 18 Gator.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man.
Five.
Stop. Mike 42. No chance. Mike's 42.
Go.
Off play action. Stevens. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, but now it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
5 on 50. 54 miles. We ain't giving up nothing.
Winston now. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a can...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
We got four.
On first down, Love. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Off the play fake. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. And able to find Allen Lazard. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
90 is a mic. I got you, pump. Check, 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 check.
Back to throw. Love. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the handoff, this is Dillon. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Love. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Back to throw. Love. Touchdown, Packers. Allen Lazard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4th. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. Going up top. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 56 yards. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll throw again. Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Mike 4-2. Wait. Get that quarterback. Mike 42.
Throwing, Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 15-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half.
On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Love. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. That's a first down with a cherry on top. 31 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st and 10, Eason. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
To throw again. Eason. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Go! No, check this.
Back to throw. Eason. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going to try and throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 14. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards, good for a Saints first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Taylor. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if it was to bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turn that because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Pull it.
Looking to throw. Love. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Operating from the gun, Love. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 45 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Joseph is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 7 yards there and a first down.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Ball tried. Mike 42. Mike 42. Go.
Here's Winston. And he's going to go down again. Jair Alexander in from the corner to make the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
They'll look to set up his blockers. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Winston. Looking deep downfield. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Saints 7.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
90 is the mic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Operating from the gun. Love. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen.
Throwing again. Love. They go screen with Dillon. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Love. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game, even with the 2 points there. But let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimeous St. Brown, and it's 3rd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Love. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. It's a big play for the Pack on 3rd. And even 40 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 18. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Single, 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 single. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
I don't even know why this team.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run now with Peyton.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Packers on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Love. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
90 is the mic.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, Dillon. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice kick, boy.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Taking it about the 16. 12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 2nd and inches, Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On play action. Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Winston to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Clay, the intended receiver. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run it. Here's Dillon. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. To throw on 3rd down. Love. He's going to rifle one deep left. It's caught inside the 25. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the